हरिः ओम आनो भद्राकृतवो यन्तु विश्वतो अदवदासोद्भिदाः देवानो यथा सद्मिद्वृधे अक्षन्न प्रायुः रक्षितारो दिवे दिवे देवानां भद्रा सुमतिरिजुयतां देवानां गुंसख्यमुपसेदिमा वयं देवानो प्रतिरन्दु जीवसे तान् पूर्व्यानि विदाहुमहे वयं भगं मित्रम् अदितिं दक्षं स्त्रीधं आर्यमणं वरुणगुं सोमम् अश्विना सरस्वतीना सुभगामयस्करत तन्नो वातो मयो भुवातु भेखजम् तन्माता पृथिवी तत्पिता द्यौः तद्ग्रावाणः सोमसुतो मयो भुवस्तदश्विना धृष्णया युवम् तमीशानं जगतस्तुखस्पतिं धियं जिन्वं वसेहुमहे वयं पूखानो यथा वेदताम सद्वृधे रक्षिता पायुरदब्धा स्वस्तये स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूखा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। श्री सद्गुरु चरणकमलेभ्यो नमो नमः। पादादिभिः सम्पूजयेत् पाद्यो वाद्यं समर्पयामि हस्तो प्रक्षाल्य ओम हस्तो प्रक्षाल्य ततो तिलकम श्रीखंडनं चंदनं दिव्यं गंधाढ्यं सुमनोहरं विलेपनं सुरश्रेष्ठं चंदनं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। ओम नमो ब्रह्मण्यदेवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्धिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ततो पुष्पमालां समर्पयामि माल्यादीनि सुगन्धीनि मालित्यादीनि वे प्रभो मया नीतानि पुष्पाणि पूज्यार्थं प्रतिगृह्यताम्। ओम अग्निर्ज्योति ज्योतिरग्नि स्वाहा सूर्य ज्योति ज्योति सूर्य स्वाहा अग्निर्वचो ज्योतिर्वच स्वाहा सूर्य ज्योति ज्योति सूर्य स्वाहा चंद्रमा मनसो जात चक्षु सूर्यो अजायत श्रोत्रादवायुष प्राणाश्च मुखादग्निर। श्री सद्गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमो नमः। दुर्गा दिव्यै नमो नमः। दुर्गा दुर्गदेशमनी दुर्गा पद्मी निवारिणी दुर्गमछेन्दिनी दुर्गसाधनी दुर्गनाशनी दुर्गतोद्धारिणी दुर्गनिहंत्रिणी दुर्गमापहा दुर्गमज्ञानदा दुर्गदैत्यलोकदवानला दुर्गमा दुर्गमा लोका दुर्गमा सुरसंतरिणी दुर्गमायुधधारिणी दुर्गमांगी दुर्गमा दुर्गम्या दुर्गमेश्वरी दुर्गभीमा दुर्गभामा दुर्गवा दुर्गदारिणी नामा बलिमास्तु दुर्गायः न संशयः। आकाशाद्पतितं त्वयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कारं केशवं प्रति गच्छति। बोलिए अम्बे मात की, बोले सद्गुरु महाराज की, श्रीपति रामचंद्र भगवान की।
Check. Mic check. Signal. Mic check. तैयार है? विकास बोलो।
ध्यावत हरि ब्रह्मा शिव जी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। मांग सिंदूर विराजत गीतो विधवत को। भुवन से नैना चंद्र बदननी को। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। कनक समान गले वर रत्नांबर राजे। रक्त पुष्प गलमाला कंचन हर साजे। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। के हरि वाहन राजत कदर कपन धारी। सुर नर मुनि जन सेवत तिनके दुख हारी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। कानन कुंडल शोभित नासाग्रे मोती। ज्योतिक चंद्र दिवाकर राजत सम ज्योति। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी। बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी। सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी। मेरा पार पाया तेरा पार न पाया। शक्ति माता की जय।
सभी लोग आसन लीजिए। Everyone please be seated. Let us all please clasp our hands and close our eyes. हाथ जोड़कर गणपति देवता का ध्यान और दुर्गा माता का ध्यान and फिर then to प्रभु राम। ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वती नमः। ओम श्री गुरु चरण कमलेभ्यो नमः। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपीतजम्बूफलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजं। नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी
नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। गौरी माता की जय। मेरा वन भजन आप गाइए।
बोलिए अम्बे मात की जय।
गणेश जी का पहले भी और
बोलिए गणपति महाराज की
जय।
गणपति बप्पा मोरया, 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया। दुख हरता सुख करता मेरा गणपति बप्पा मोरया, दुख हरता सुख करता मेरा गणपति बप्पा मोरया। आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ, आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ। गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया। सारे जग के तुम हो स्वामी, सारे जग के तुम हो स्वामी। गणपति बप्पा अंतर्यामी, गणपति बप्पा अंतर्यामी। ओ सारे जग के तुम हो स्वामी, सारे जग के तुम हो स्वामी। गणपति बप्पा अंतर्यामी, गणपति बप्पा अंतर्यामी। सबकी बिगड़ी बनाने वाले मेरी भी बिगड़ी बनाओ, सबकी बिगड़ी बनाने वाले मेरी भी बिगड़ी बनाओ। आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ, आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ। गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया। रिद्धि सिद्धि सब तेरी दया से, रिद्धि सिद्धि सब तेरी दया से, रिद्धि सिद्धि सब तेरी दया से, रिद्धि सिद्धि सब तेरी दया से। रिद्धि सिद्धि नवनिधि दया से, रिद्धि सिद्धि नवनिधि दया से। ओ रिद्धि सिद्धि नवनिधि दया से, रिद्धि सिद्धि नवनिधि दया से। सबको पार लगाने वाले मुझको भी पार लगाओ, सबको पार लगाने वाले मुझको भी पार लगाओ। आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ, आओ प्रभु मेरे आओ, मंगल मूर्ति आओ। गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया, गणपति बप्पा मोरया। ओ गणपति बप्पा मोरया, 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 गणपति बप्पा मोरया। गणपति बापा मोरया।
बोले गणपति बापा की जय। दूसरा भजन गाएगा, माँ का भजन।
जयकारा शेरा वाली जी दा
दरबार की जय।
सभी ने सुना ही हुआ भजन चलो बुलावा आया है। लेट्स सिंग टुगेदर, एवरी प्लीज क्लैप। चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। हो माता जिनको याद करे वो लोग निराले होते हैं। माता जिनका नाम पुकारे वो किस्मत वाले होते हैं। चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। चलो
बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
ओ चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
ओहो चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। ओ जय माता दी।
चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
पर्वत पे रानी माँ ने दरबार सजाया है। चलो
बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
सारे जग में एक ठिकाना, सारे गमों के मारों का। सारे जग में एक ठिकाना, सारे गम के मारों का। सारे जग में एक ठिकाना, सारे गम के मारों का। ओ रास्ता देख रही है माता अपनी आँखों के तारों का। रास्ता देख रही है माता आँख के तारों का। हो रास्ता देख रही है माता अपनी आँख के तारों का। ओ मस्त हवाओं का एक झोंका ये संदेश लाया है। चलो
बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
हो जय माता दी।
चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है।
मुझे बुलाया शेरा वालिए, मैं आया शेरा वाले। हो माँ
तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरा वालिए, मैं आया शेरा वालिए।
ओ शेरा वालिए जय माँ पहाड़ा वालिए। ओ शेरा वालिए पहाड़ा वालिए, बुलाटा वालिए। माँ तूने मुझे बुलाया शेरा वालिए,
मैं आया शेरा वालिए।
ओ मेरी शेरा वाली, ओ मेरी पहरा वाली, ओ मेरी लाटा वाली, ओ मेरी जोता वाली। जय माता दी कहते चलते जाओ आने जाने वालों को, चलते जाओ यूं मत देखो अपने पाँव की छालों को, चलते जाओ यूं मत देखो अपने पाँव की छालों को। जिसने जितना दर्द सहा है उतना चैन भी पाया है। चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। हो जय माता दी। चलो बुलावा आया है, माता ने बुलाया है। हो जरा जोर से बोलो, वो सारे बोलो, ओ मेरी मेहरा वाली, मेरी जोता वाली, मेरी ज्वाला मैया, मेरी मेहरा वाली, मेरी कांगड़े वाली, माँ चिंता पूर्णी, माँ चिंता हरदी, मेरी कांगड़े वाली, मेरी वैष्णो रानी, मेरी नैना देवी, मेरी ज्वाला मैया, मेरी मनसा देवी, मेरी कालपा मैया, मेरी शीतला मैया, मेरी बगला मैया, मेरा वाली, जोता वाली, मेरी मेहरा वाली, मेरी जोता वाली। बोली अम्बे मात की जय।
And now we hear from Vanisha.
Test, test. दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ। दुर्गे 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 जय जय माँ।
माता की जय. We'll have two more bhajans, one from Sita, or actually three bhajans. Anjani, Sita and Rukmini. Sita, and then Anjani and Rukmini. Let me take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you. Today is the 6th day of Navratri. Is that correct? You're not sure? Those who've been following all the vrat, they will know if it's the 6th day or the 5th day. Which day is it, Alex? See what I mean? Today is the 6th day. Okay? And we are contemplating the divine in the form of Lakshmi, and we shall glorify Prabhu Ram. Now we'll be hearing from Sita. Everybody clap your hands.
Shakti Mata ki Jai. Please forgive us, we have some technical difficulties. Gaurav, Ari. Hearing me? Loud and clear?
No.
Now you are, but that speaker is not on. See if that speaker is on. I'm not hearing them. Their mic, I can't hear them here. When they're singing? I'm not hearing. Check 1, 2, 3. Still no egg. Say check on your mic.
Om.
Sorry, very low. In this monitor on, this one here, this one. On here. Go ahead.
Om.
That one is not. I'm not hearing any sound from it. It's on, but there's a sound. Check the speaker to back the wire.
The wire to back.
अरे वो रमेश जी आते उन्होंने कम करा आज
अच्छा check कर
डाउन
turn check and see if it's on or off. Volume. Volume ठीक है?
Push in the wire at the top there.
नो नो
No? I don't know.
Okay, check again. Check, check. I'm hearing myself. I want to hear them.
Om.
ठीक है?
Testing,
अच्छा
testing.
चलो.
Test.
इंजीनियर रुक नहीं हो.
Testing. You want me to sing? Tumbinti. Tumbinti.
Ready?
तुम बिनती सुनो सबकी कल्याण करो जग का
ठीक है.
सतराह दिखा करके उद्धार करो दुर्गा
कल्याण करो जग का
राह दिखाएंगे, उद्धार करो
Shakti Mata ki. Sunil, it's not very often that we get you to come to sing in Mandir, so we'd like you to sing one more bhajan, then Rukmini.
जयकारा शेरा वाली माई जी दा, बोल साचे दरबार की जय, बोल अम्बे मात की। हो जोटा दिए लो दाटिए, जोटा दिए लो, हो जोटा दिए लो दाटिए, जोटा दिए लो, जोटा दिए लो दाटिए, जोटा दिए लो, जोटा दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोता दिए लो। तेरे नाम दा नूर चढ़ाउंदी, तेरे नाम दा नूर चढ़ाउंदी, वंड दिए खुशबू, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो। जननी आद भवानी, बुझ न तेरी जोत नुरानी, बुझ न तेरी जोत नुरानी, बुझ न तेरी जोत नुरानी। तू जग जननी आद भवानी, बुझ न तेरी जोत नुरानी, बुझ न तेरी, ओ बुझ न तेरी। पावे होवे सौण महीना, पावे होवे सौण महीना, पावे होवे तो जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोता दिए ओ, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो। कन्ना दे बिच रस जे कोल दे, कन्ना दे बिच रस जे कोल दे, कन्ना दे बिच रस जे कोल दे। तेरे दर मां मोर जे बोल दे, कन्ना दे बिच रस मकोल दे, कन्ना दे बिच रस मकोल दे, कन्ना दे बिच। तू बच्चियां नू दे बेलोरियां, तू बच्चियां नू दे बेलोरियां, जेड़ा होवे लो जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोता दिए लो दाटिए, जोता दिए लो, जोटा दिए लो दातिए जोटा दिए लो
जोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो
जेड़ा बन के सवाली आवे मुँह मंगिया मुरादा पावे मुँह मंगिया मुरादा
पावे
मुँह मंगिया मुरादा पावे
मोह मंगिया मुरादा पावे
ओ जेड़ा बन के सवाली आवे मुँह मंगिया मुरादा पावे
मोह मंगिया मुरादा पावे
हाँ मुँह मंगिया मुरादा पावे
मोह
मुँह
मंगिया मुरादा पावे
ओदी चोली रहे न खाली ओदी चोली रहे न खाली तेरा हो बेजो मोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो जोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो हो तेरे नाम दा नूर चढ़ाउंदी तेरे नाम दा नूर चढ़ाउंदी बंड दिए खुशबू जोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो हो जोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो जोता दिए लो दातिए जोता दिए लो बोलिए अम्बे मात की
जय रुक्मिणी
मेरे मन में राम मेरे तन में राम
साधु मैं तेरा चाकर
जाऊं तेरे द्वार उन्नीस दिन
जागो तेरे द्वारे
हर संकट में विघ्न विरज में
हर संकट में विघ्न विरज में
आओ काम तिहारा उन्माली
आओ नाम तिहारा
जैसे नैनों के तारों में झिलमिल
जैसे नैनों में दिल तारों में झिलमिल
मेरे हृदय में तेरा धाम है
सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है
मेरे मन में राम मेरे तन में राम
मेरे मन में राम मेरे तन में राम
रोम रोम में समाया तेरा धाम रे
सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है ओ मेरी सांसों में तेरा ही नाम है श्री रामचंद्र भगवान की जय।
प्रभु श्री रामचंद्र भगवान का ध्यान. We focus our minds upon the divine Lord Rama. Varnanam marat sanganam rasanam chandra mangala जय रघुनंदन जय सिया राम रघुनंदन जय सिया राम हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम रघुनंदन जय सिया हे दुख भंजन तुम्हें प्रणाम. It is to you, the remover of all dukh, unhappiness. I bow to you. Tonight we continue to glorify the divine Lord. Last night we talked about the reason for the Lord to take human birth. In last night's Katha we talked about Manu and Satupa, and when they in the tapasya invoked the presence of Bhagavan, and the tapasya was so great, so intense and so deep and so sincere that the Lord succumbed to their desire and He appeared in front of them in His universal form, and they were totally amazed by His universality. He was the entire universe presented to the devotee. Everything we wanted to see in the world is God. But when the Lord came in that form, and they were filled with their eyes of the beauty of that form, Bhagavan bolo, mangu, mangu, tell me, what do you want? And then they had another desire. They said there was a deep desire hidden deep down inside for a long time, oh Lord. Like, you know, all of us have a deep down desire to do something. Like me, I wanted to be a good singer. I always had a deep down desire for that. And I'm still struggling. But also I wanted to be a lawyer. And that always seems to be in the back of my mind. And I try to get all of my children to be lawyer, but none of them want to be a lawyer. But it's a hidden desire. So one day, somebody will say, what would you like? And I wanted to be a lawyer. So Mandir and Sutrupla also had a deep down desire that they did not express to everyone. But now that the Lord says, ask, He says, you know, there was a time when we were thinking that if we could have a son like you, and Bhagavan says, you want a son like me? There is no other like me. If I'm to fulfill your wish, which I'm bound to fulfill, then I will have to come myself. And he says, Avashay, this I shall do, and I will take birth, and so on. So now we've heard of this Lord Rama who's coming. Vishnu Bhagavan will take avatar, and he will come in the form of Ram, and he will walk the earth. But in all of our scriptures, in all philosophies of religion, regardless of what faith group, there are always two opposing forces. The Devas and the Asuras. The divine and the undivine. Divine and non-divinity are constantly clashing. In all of our scriptures, we see these clash between the divine and the undivine. And sometimes the undivine dominates. And then divinity suffers. And then sometimes divinity dominates, and then the other suffers. It's a constant battle. If you look at the world today, you will see this game being played over and over. Now, if you understand the structure of communism, a type of government, it is a type of government that does not see religion as essential. As such, places of worship are not given relevance, or religion is not promoted or even condoned in certain countries where communism is practiced. Then, so we have government who governs under this concept that we don't need God. And then they're governed like the Americans. Anytime the president speaks, God bless America. You're not going to hear Xi Jinping say, God bless China. That's not going to happen. Because they don't believe in God being a key factor. But here in America, the president, the most powerful being on earth, says, God bless America. A politician saying, God bless America. Now you see two opposing political forces. China, Russia, America, United Kingdom, Canada. They all have, quote, a democratic approach where God is an even factor, and then the the communist country whereby God is not such a key factor. In all of our scriptures, we have these two opposing groups. In the Mahabharata, there is the Pandavas against the Kauravas. In Ramcharitmanas, who is the opposing? Who is the demonic force? Bolo bolo? Ravan. So Ram is the divine force, and Ravan. So tonight, I want us to meet the Ravan family. We never had a chance to meet them well. I want to introduce every member of the family to us tonight, and we shall be reading from the Ramcharitmanas, where Sant Goswami Tulsidas introduces the Ravan clan. Their lineage is the Pulasya lineage, and Prabhu Sri Ramchandra Bhagavan is the Suryavansh lineage. So, they have their lineage, and by the way, Ravan is from a Brahmin family. Please note that carefully. Ravan is from a Brahmin family. He's a great bhakta of Bhagavan Shiva. Not only a great bhakta, he is the one bhakta that made Shiva dance. His devotion was so powerful that he demanded of him and Shiva dance what is called the Tandava dance, just for Ravan. So this Ravan, who have all of this devotional power, who achieve them, become undevoured. It is said in his realm, if you are chanting mantras to any other than him, then you're in trouble. It's like, if you don't praise, if you remember the realm of Hitler, everybody, hi Hitler. Not hey Germany, hi Hitler. You glorify him, nothing else. So Ravan was like, in its essence, Hitler is a modern day Ravan. Oh, praise me only. And by the way, there are many modern day Ravans who only want to be glorified themselves. And they must be everything like that. So we need to understand scriptures are telling us the reality of the world and how we must see them then and how relevant they are now. We join Sant Goswami Tulsidas as he presents to us. The scenario is that Ravan and his family are now dominant. They've overcome all of the divine powers and they're technically ruling the world. I don't know how many of us are into history. If you look at the Second World War, if Hitler was allowed to invade United Kingdom and United Kingdom had surrendered to Hitler, do you imagine what the world would be like today? All of us will be subservient to the Nazi government, basically, and we'll all be colonies of Germany or Nazis. The world will be totally different. But one little island, by the way, England is such a small place. I believe the country that I came from, you could put England 2 times and still there'll be room. Small landmass, but it stood up against a very massive power. And because, by the way, all of us who also studied history or watch the recent movies, you will see how many times the leader of England was told to surrender. It's the best thing to do. And everybody was against him, saying, Churchill, surrender. But somehow or the other, he didn't surrender. Now, there are many factors. But sometimes, when the pressures and dominance of the demonic forces are so strong, even the divine people says, what's the point? Let's give up. And this happens in every scenario. It happens in a home. It happens in the job. It happens in society, whereby there's a strong demonic force and a few of the divine forces have to hold on. And then ultimately, they prevail. Good will always prevail over evil. And this is the essence of Ramcharitmanas. This is the essence of Manu and Suchupa Katha. This is the essence of Holika and Prahlad Katha. Good prevails over bad. Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. So Sant Goswami Tulsidas tells us how the world was at the time when Ravan was dominant. Page 127. No, page 126. Chaupa at the bottom of the page. Badi Kal. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Country called Haiti. What's happening in Haiti? Anybody knows? Seriously? Nobody knows?
Gangs. Lots of gangs. Gangs. They
Lots of violence, but we have violence all over the world, but what's unique about their violence?
gangs.
Gangs have taken over the country. There's no government. There is about 100 gangs who runs the country, and they have a police force, and they have a government, but they have no control over anything. The country is in total chaos. This is exactly the way it was when Ravan was dominant. Well, all the good forces, by the way, police exist in Haiti. There is a police force, but they have no power. The gangs are more powerful than the police force. This happens today in this day and age. In this modern day world, Canada just agreed to spend $100 million to support the police force structure and to prop up the structure of policing in Haiti. Recently, when Biden was here, that arrangement was made. Now, in this day and age, there are many countries in the world. Let's go to the Taliban country, right? Afghanistan. Again, there is a powerful regime that's totally dominant, and it doesn't allow it. It says they believe in some form of worship, but it has strict restrictions on the freedom and the will of the people. Here we have in the country of Haiti and other countries, and there's another country in Africa where Mogadishu, where is that country? Somalia. Thank you, Jay. Somalia is another country that has no government. It is run by gangs. And the country where, in Arabia, there's a country that the dictator was killed. Gaddafi. What is that country? Libya. Another country whereby gangs are ruling the country. Similarly, the scenario has been painted here that where Ravan was in control, all that was existent, thieves and evildoers, gamblers, they fought each other for control and dominance of the world. And the good was compelled to serve them. They had no choice because they were the dominating force. They had more guns, more powers, more bullets, more control. In such a scenario, even those who are in control are not happy. And by the way, in such a country, one day this gang is in control, the next day the next gang is control. The war, well, we win today, and you lose tomorrow, I win tomorrow. Constantly, there's a constant battle. But there is dominance of one force, maybe overpowering the other. Such was the case. And here is what action was taken to address the situation. Sant Goswami tells us. Say thank you to Tata. I thought you left. Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. When the world was in this chaotic state, Bhavani here is Bhagavan Shiva. Okay? Consider that this world was in such a chaotic state, and you saw how the people were in a miserable state, and how people look to religion in a negative way. We live in a world where people say, I don't want religion, I don't want to believe in religion anymore. And they call themselves atheists or agnostics or something like that. Well, in this realm of Ravan, there was no promotion of glorifying the divinity. It's glorify Ravan and that's it. Or glorify the money, or glorify the power struggle, which one it is. Similarly, in this chaotic state, the earth itself. Now I want us to please digest this analogy. The earth revolted. Now is the earth revolting recently against anybody? Or is nature revolting? What happened in Mississippi recently? An entire total tongue was wiped off the surface of the earth. What has been happening all around the world? How is nature revolting? All kinds of natural disasters. Nature responds. In this scripture, we are saying that the Mother Earth is an entity that has feelings. And its feelings are hurt when those who live on a border oppress themselves and each other. That oppression is felt even at that level. That oppression is felt even at that level. And it said, Dharti Mata, feeling this oppression, was horrified and in total distress. And the earth decided to take action. It's amazing. Our scriptures are telling us this, and it was written maybe thousands of years ago, and we still haven't woken up that the earth will take action. That if we continue to do what we're doing, if the atrocities against each other, which ultimately is burdened by the earth, whatever man does, the earth bears the burden for. We explode a bomb, guess who? The earth bears the burden. We do anything that is of an egg, the earth bears the burden. So it is interesting enough that our philosophers chose the earth to be the revolting factor. It didn't say that, one country was revolting. It said the entire earth revolted against this condition and said, I can't handle this anymore. And who did I go to? गिरि सरि सिंधु भार नहीं मोई गिरि सरि सिंधु भार नहीं मोई समूही गर्भ एक पर रोई समूही गर्भ एक पर रोई सकल धर्म देखय विपत्ति का रावण भय सीता श्री राम जय राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय राम धेनु रूप धरि हृदय चापी बोलो धेनु The burden of the rivers, the oceans, the mountains, oil, all of them revolted. The rivers, the mountains, and the oceans revolted. Are they revolting now? All around the world, the oceans are revolting, constantly saying, look at all this junk that you put in me. The mountains are saying, you've gotten me to the limit. I'm crumbling. They're revolting. They're having earthquakes and earth cracks. And we're having all kinds of natural disasters. This, what the scriptures describe since then, is what we are experiencing today. Dharti Mata is revolting, and similarly in the scriptures are saying, when the world has reached this state of chaos and whereby the demonic forces are dominant, the earth will revolt. And we don't need any more proof that it's revolting. Such was the scenario painted of that time. And Sant Goswami Tulsidas says that they all revolted. And what are they revolting? They said, look, all faith is perverted right now. Nobody believes in the godly forces. And yet, they're all doing this because they're afraid of Ravan. You know, in organizations today, there are Ravans. Maybe in Ram Mandir there's a Ravan that people are afraid of. Or in another place, in a company, maybe in IBM there's a Ravan people are afraid of. But being afraid of and being respectful of are two different things. Being afraid because you're dominated, or being afraid that you're not bold enough to present yourself, are two different things. Okay? As such, the people have all of the words, but they are afraid that if they open their mouth, they will be killed. They'll be shot. They'll be brutalized. In Hitler, in the Nazism, you spoke up and that was it, you're out. You're sent to the camp. You're sent off somewhere in isolation. There were the consequences. Now in other countries like in Canada, the United States, people can speak freely about what they want. We have freedom of speech and you can speak up. It doesn't matter who the tyrant is. You have a right that the law will protect you. There's a difference there with who is in power and who's the tyrant. Siyapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. They all declare that Ravan is such a tyrant. Having great deliberation, the earth and the mountains, all the elements of nature got together and they had a little panchayat. 5 groups got together and said, you know, we got to do something about this Ravan fellow. But all of them are doing it very quietly. They're having private meetings. They can't let Ravan know what's going on because he would, you know, if he would send his spies in there. So they did this all quietly. And Mother Earth, having the power, she took the form of a cow. Now, why is it that she took the form of, not of a horse or an elephant? Why did she take the form of a cow? The cow represents then and today that entity that basically not only projects the caring and the giving aspect of any nature, the cow represents in all of that, in that time and even to today, that caring and giving. The mother gives the milk, not only for her offsprings, but all of humanity to partake from. The gobar from the cow is used by humanity to nurture plants that will bring food to their lives. The cow will give his skin that we will give upon to sit upon. Everything from the cow is given. And as such, the earth is a giver of all things. The cow is the next level of, I'm not the earth, but I'm a cow. I'm still giving. And everything about me is valuable to humankind. Everything about the earth is valuable to humanity. Thus, because one can ask, why didn't she take the form of a horse or an elephant or a tiger or a lion for that matter? But the Gaumata, having taken this form, of course, gathering with all of the learned other entities, with tears in her eyes, she told and they discussed the problems of the day. Chande. Suni muni garbani mili kari Suro ब्रह्मा सब जाना मन अनुजमान मोर कछु न बसई जा करिते दासी सो अविनाशी हमरे उद्दोर सहाई. All of the divine entities, all of the things, all of the entities that were engaged in divine activities gathered themselves as a single force. Please forgive my smiling to myself. There are so many things that are in my mind that I'm engaged in, that when I'm reading these scriptures, I cannot help but to reflect in the reality of what I'm engaged in doing. And when I'm reading this, that all of the divine forces got together. I always wondered if all the mandirs in this country got together, what would it be like? And you don't know why I'm saying this, because I'm struggling to make that happen. All of the divine forces got together, and then we are talking about, in the real terms, that the Hindus in this country are not represented. And the reason we are not represented in politics, we do not have what I call a voting bloc. Because we are not a united group. No politician can say, okay, well, I've got all the Hindus voting for me because they belong to this bloc. No. They'll talk to every mandir and they'll split us apart, and we are no bloc, and we have no voice, and we think we're doing great. So in order for them to conquer Ravan, they had to get together as one bloc, a group together, collective power. And they did that. With every aspect of those involved in divinity, they got together and they prepared themselves. All those who were servants of God prepared themselves to address the situation. And of course, there is always a voice of wisdom in all of these gatherings. When it looks like it's impossible, today to get consensus amongst the Hindu community is an impossible task. For every leader to agree that we agree together is impossible. But the one thing that we need is that we need to say we are Hindus. That is our unifying factor. We may agree on how to deal with matters, but we have to agree that we are Hindus. In the Jewish tradition, right now Israel is under great calamity. There are political struggles that are ripping the country apart, but no one dares say that they're not a Jew. They hold themselves together by that tradition that we are Jew and we should stand together regardless if we're tearing each other apart within the country, but when it comes to us, we stand tall together. We Hindus have to learn how to do that. We are failing to do that not only here but all over the world. Siyapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. And our Ramcharitmanas is telling us in so many ways the Ravans of the world will just enjoy that because they divide us and conquer. Divide us and conquer. And here is what the analogy is, how to overcome this. Thus, having brought themselves together and appealing to the heavenly abode, the voice of wisdom continues to speak. धरनी धरनी मन धीर कहाँ बिरंची हरिपद सुमिरु जानत जन की पिर प्रभु बंजई दारुद विपति सियावर रामचंद्र की जय शरणम. ब्रह्मा जी ने कहा, हे धरती, मन में धीरज धारण करके श्री हरि के चरणों का स्मरण करे. प्रभु अपने दासों की पीड़ा के जानते हैं. वे तुम्हारी कठिन विपद का नाश कर देंगे. शांति है. ब्रह्मा जी addressed this gathering of Gau Mata and all the divine forces. All of the earthly entities are being addressed by the heavenly entity. The voice of wisdom speaks. The heavenly entity, Brahma, speaks and says, have patience. and fix your mind. Have faith in God. Bhagwan knows and understands all of our problems. That is why we are told, don't pray and tell God our problems, please. Because then we're insulting God. Because we say He knows everything. Why are we telling Him something? But God, you know how bad things are? He's saying, yeah, I know. I know before you knew. So why are you telling me this? Don't tell me what's wrong with you. Tell me how I can help you. God, give me strength so I can overcome my problems. God, make me healthy. God, give me guidance. God, but don't tell God my problems. I know your problems. Siyapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Fix your minds upon me and remember that He knows our distress at all times and He will always come to rescue His servants. When I ponder sometimes the history of the world, and I think of 1939 to 1945, when Europe was in total turmoil, when Nazism was dominating all of Europe, and millions of people were herded together and put into concentration camps. What was it like for those people who had no knowledge of what their future would be? Regardless how much God they believed in, they were herded together like cattle, treated worse than animals, killed and burned and brutalized, had no hope. Can you imagine someone saying to them, have faith in God, this will change? And you know, people did say that, and people did have the faith, and they did survive. Similarly, we have been told that it doesn't matter how terrible the situation is, hope we must never lose, and faith we must never lose. Those people, they had hope and faith. And today there's lots of people in the world, like I believe people in Haiti are of the same nature. People where we have calamities, wherever they are hoping that things will change, it will get better. But we have to keep trying. If we give up, if Gau Mata and all the others gave up, then Ravan will dominate. And by the way, they will dominate until righteousness stands tall. Siyapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki jai. Now, of course, here's a very interesting question that has been posed. Chopai. Sri Ram Jai Ram. Having reached this resolution that they need to appeal to God, given the guidance of Brahma that they need to have faith in God, the question they ask, so where do we find this God so we can present our appeals to Him? Where do we find God? Does that sound familiar? We're still looking to God. God, where are you when I need you? We're seeking, we're trying to find God there, here, everywhere. And last night, for those, how many of you were here last night? Hath utaiye. If you were here last night, where do we find God? Hirday mein. But Mandir, Masjid, Gurdwara, we are looking for Bhagwan, but if we do not have Bhagwan within, then we will never discover him in Mandir, Masjid, Gurdwara. Here the analogy is, all of these revered people are asking the same question. We want to give, we want to ask God, where do we find him? Of course, Vaikuntalo. Vitala Vaikuntha Narayana Vitala Vaikuntha Narayana Narayana Hari Narayana The answer is very simple. Vaikuntha. He is in the heavenly abode. But last night I asked the question, where exactly is heaven? Is it up there? Or is it down there? Remember, we are an island in the ocean of space. This earth, an island is a piece of land surrounded by bodies of water. This is an entire entity that we call the earth, surrounded by space. It's floating. So where is up and where is down? So is Vaikuntha up there? Is Vaikuntha in the earth? Vaikuntha kahan hai? And we say Vaikuntha Narayana. Now, a few nights ago we talked about that all of us are divine, whether we want to be or not. Because we are a spark of the divinity. We are a spark of that supreme soul that we call the Atma. And we have the power to evolve to be totally divine. So this Vaikuntha is here too. Because Vaikuntha is the happiest place, where Bhagwan Lakshmi Narayan is seated on the bed of serpent, and at his feet there's a nice lady massaging his feet, called Lakshmi. And it's showing the ideal status of joy and bliss. And in that they are floating in an ocean of milk, not cow's milk, by the way. It's milk. The analogy is, it is a place of bliss, peace, comfort and tranquility. There is no place where there's peace, bliss, comfort and tranquility like inside. If you feel good, you feel like you're floating on an ocean of milk. You're on the Bahamas on a cruise, as long as you're feeling good inside. You'll feel the breeze on your face, you'll hear the surf on the beach, you'll feel the sand on below your feet, but you're still home because you're feeling it inside. But if you go on the beach and you're walking on the sand and the breeze is blowing and you're not in your mind, you're not in the Bahamas. Although you're there. Because if it's not in the mind, it's not there at all. Vaikuntha Narayana, this same place that Narad Muni, Narayan Karuna me Sharana, Narayan Karuna me
हमारी तूने तारी, विपत्ति हमारी तूने तारी। परम पिता परमेश्वर
शरणं शरणं नारायण करुणामे शरणं हे लक्ष्मी पति विष्णु शरणं।
विपत्ति हमारी तूने तारी। Narad Muni goes to Vaikuntha Lok and he bows and prostrates to the feet of the Divine Lord and he says, all of my difficulties, our Lord, I know you will have the solution. Gau Mata and all of the Devatas have been told to go to Vaikuntha Lok or appeal to Vaikuntha Lok so that there will be an answer. All the answers to our miseries lies within us. Our intellect combined with our stable emotions will give us the ability to see things clearly. And when we can see things clearly, we have an opportunity to find solutions. The big picture of the world in its calamities, and then the small picture of the mind in calamity. If we address all of the enormous challenges within the mind that goes on, and we can bring peace within each mind, only then there will be peace in the world. I've been privileged to have discussions with people talking, how do we get peace? Well, we tell Russia to stop making bombs. We tell the Americans not to make bombs. We tell the North Koreans. Is that how it's going to bring peace? Just imagine if every individual took it upon themselves and said, I will be at peace with myself. Overnight, peace. It doesn't matter how many bombs are there, because if you're at peace in your mind, why would you want to use any bombs? But if there's no peace in the mind, all we're thinking about how we're going to protect ourselves, how we're going to kill the other guy before they kill us, and so on and so on. And that is what the Raj of Ravan was all about. And Ram Raj have to come. And we, over the next few days, we have talked about why the Lord will come. We'll talk about who he has to confront and how he will arrive. What will be the preliminary signs of his arrival will be discussed over the next few days. And then we'll culminate with the Ram Navami Katha. Sitapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki Jai. You stay? Voice good? Voice is good? No. Well, then we'll let Sunil sing for you. We'll have one more bhajan by Pandit Sunil, and then please do give a round of applause to our Kirtan Mandali. Not only they are singing, they are reading Ramcharitmanas. And I put them under pressure now. It is now 2 days? 2 days? So they will be reading for 5 days consecutively. This is quite a record. They start to read Ram. If anyone would like to join this group of reading Ramayana, you're welcome. All you need to do, come, get your book, sit and read. If you can't read, we can teach you. Anjali has learned to read Hindi, and she did not know before. Rukmini did know a little bit, and Sita did know, and Vanisha, of course, is perfected now, and Prema is trying, Pulmati is trying, and all of these are new people. All of them are learning to read, and of course, everyone can learn to read. It would be wonderful to have 100 people sit and chant together Ramcharitmanas with the joy of it. You know, it's amazing when you start reading, you start by just osmosis, you start understanding. Like it became natural that, oh, so that's what it means. You hear the word 3 times and you say, I wonder that word means this, and so on and so on. So it comes to you by practicing. So I challenge everyone. In the new year after Ram Navami, we are starting our Gita classes. We are looking for 10 students. We did have a Gita class that successfully graduated some students who are doing very well, but we can't seem to get the next set going. So we need another 10 students, 50 minutes a week, 13 weeks program, and I guarantee you, you will chant Bhagavad Gita chapter 12, complete. After that, it will be up to you. If you give the same time to learning to read Ramayana, by 13 weeks or 50 minutes of dedicated work, with a little homework, you will also read Devanagari script. You'll be reading the Hindi right there. Alex, you can do it.
Syapati Ramachandra Bhagavan ki. If anyone has brought prasad, offer, please bring your prasad now. And Tiwari ji will do the sankalp. Tiwari ji, sab prasad rakh de aur fir aap sankalp kar. Everyone, please bring your prasad and place it in the front of the altar on the white sheet. And then he will do the sankalp and bhajan kar.
बोली अम्बे मात की उधर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए पूरे कर दे माँ पूरे कर दे तू मेरे भी सवाल नी माए उधर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे साल नी माए पूरे कर दे माँ पूरे कर दे तेरे भी सवाल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए तिल्लेदार नी माए सुहा चोला ते चुन्नी तिल्लेदार नी माए सुहा चोला ते चुन्नी तिल्लेदार नी माए सुहा चोला ते चुन्नी तिल्लेदार नी माए मैं चढ़ावांगी तेरे दरबार नी माए मैं चढ़ावांगी उधर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए डरते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए चढ़ाइयाँ नंगे पैर नी माए आवा चढ़ के चढ़ाइयाँ नंगे पैर नी माए आवा चढ़ के चढ़ाइयाँ नंगे पैर नी माए आवा चढ़ के चढ़ाइयाँ नंगे पैर नी माए शेरा वालिए नी माए लाटा वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए लाटा वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए नी माए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए नी माए मेरा वालिए नी माए लाटा वालिए नी माए शेरा वालिए नी माए लाटा वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए शेरा वालिए नी माए जोता वालिए आवा चढ़ के चढ़ाइयाँ नंगे पैर नी माए आवा चढ़ के चढ़ाना नंगे पैर नी माए पादे चोड़ी बिच सब ना दी खैर नी माए पादे चोड़ी बिच सब ना दी खैर नी माए उधर पे आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए उधर पे आवांगे तेरे सालों साल नी माए पान सुपारी निमाए देवा नारियल ते पान सुपारी देवा नारियल ते पान सुपारी निमाए देवा नारियल ते पान सुपारी शेरा वालिए निमाए लाटा वालिए शेरा वालिए निमाए लाटा वालिए शेरा वालिए निमाए लाटा वालिए निमाए शेरा वालिए निमाए लाटा वालिए निमाए जोता वालिए निमाए मेहरा वालिए निमाए जोता वालिए निमाए मेहरा वालिए निमाए शेरा वालिए निमाए जोता वालिए शेरा वालिए निमाए जोता वालिए देवा नारियल ते पान सुपारी निमाए देवा नारियल ते पान सुपारी निमाए ओ निगाह कर दे निगाह कर दे सबना को एक बार निमाए निगाह कर दे सबना को एक उधर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए दर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए पूरे कर दे माँ पूरे कर दे तू मेरे भी सवाल निमाए दर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए दर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए उधर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए दर ते आवांगे तेरे सालों साल निमाए बोले अम्बे मात की जय।
Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for joining us here tonight and those who have joined us on social media. We invite you to join us again tomorrow night and to remind you that Ashmi is on Wednesday and then of course Ram Navami is on Thursday. Ram Navami Karagram will be at 10:30 in the morning to about 1 o'clock. Ram Janam is at June the day 12 and then we'll have a special program on the evening to accommodate all those who could not have come. And of course, we invite you to join us all these nights. Tonight, Preeti Bhojan is prepared for takeaway, and we invite you to invite friends to join us. Our Katha will continue, Ram Katha. Of course, Puja will be done every day to the Divine Mother. We want to remind you that we are looking for volunteers to help us with some of the projects that we have coming up. And we have created a little bit of a QR code to get you to register. I don't know if Manmeet is there. Manmeet bulaiye. So we need 100 volunteers to be registered on board. That whenever we need volunteers, it's a pool that we can call you, and if out of 100 people we need 10, the chances are 10% is always good. So we are looking for people to volunteer and to sign up. Manmeet ji, kitna volunteers sign up? 15. We've been announcing this now for the past week, so only 15 people have signed up. We need another 85 to make this real. So before you leave tonight, it's simple. Scan the QR code, fill out the form, and you're connected. You'll be contacted, and then we will talk to you. So this is for not only for the Mandir cleanup, this will be a preliminary job, which will be on April 1st. And by the way, this is not a joke. April Fool's Day, no. It's real work. It's Saturday. And we'll be doing work from 9:30 a.m. until it gets finished. The job is to clean up. Outside you will notice all kinds of leaves and boxes and cardboard and things of the winter. We hope all of these snow will be melted by then. And our parking lot is looking very terrible. The snow plow does a job of removing the snow, but removed pieces of the parking lot also. So there's a lot of potholes. And if you all want to take ownership of a pothole, we have a new campaign. We're selling potholes. Did we do this in some country before? So I remember one mayor in New York many, many years ago was trying to make sure that all the potholes were fixed easily. And he challenged the people. He says, look, I found the pothole and I know where it is. And if you guys can't tell me where it is, all of you are fired. The next day, all the potholes were filled. So it might not work for Ram Mandir. So we have a few, I think we have about 30 potholes around it. So if you want to own a pothole, we'll give you the privilege of filling the pothole. We'll show you how to get the material. Alex will come and show you how to stomp it down. And you bring your family, and your family says, this is my pothole. And they take care of the pothole. So we call it the Pothole Development Program, PhD program, okay? So everybody can get a PhD, right? So remember, you get a PhD by taking ownership of a pothole and looking after it. And I think a pothole will cost about, in asphalt, what are you thinking? Each pothole, Alex? $30? That's a cheap PhD. Well, okay. I would say you should estimate $101 at least for a pothole, and everybody, we can actually put your name in pink on the pothole. This pothole belongs to, no, we'll put a flower only. No names, because you'll be stomped upon afterwards. So we do have the pothole program, the PhD program, starting on April 1st, where we will be fixing all the potholes and picking up the clean. So let it be a joyful event. And I was promised by the organizers that there will be breakfast prepared, a lunch, and unnecessary snacks will be available to keep those who are working. You must be 18 and over to be part of this program. If you're 18 and younger, you are the volunteer student program. That's a different program, a different QR code, and we need you also. Next. Hanuman Jayanti, of course, is after 1 week after Ram Janam. And tomorrow night we'll read the Katha that talks about how it is monkeys became involved in the Lord's army. Please remind me that this is what we'll read about tomorrow. How monkeys became involved in the Lord's army. So this will be discussed tomorrow. Hanuman Jayanti is 1 week after Ram Janam. And now, we like to invite everyone, Sabhi log khare ho jaye for Aarti. Everyone can participate in Aarti. There are many thalis, and we have sanitizing by Nomita.
Jai
सेवक डमरू ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी भुजा चारी अति शोभित वर मुद्राधारी मनवांछित बल पावक सेवक नर नारी ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी कंचन लाल विराजत अदरक पुरवानी बाल के मेरा जग सोती रतन ज्योति ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी श्री अम्ब की आरती जो कोई नर गावे कहत शिवानंद स्वामी सुख संपत्ति पावे ओम जय अम्बे गौरी मैया जय श्यामा गौरी बोलो सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी सुनो मेरी देवी पर्वतवासिनी तेरा पार न पाया तेरा पार न पाया शक्ति माता की जय
सभी लोग हाथ जोड़कर we clasp our hands in front of our chest and we bow our heads as we offer our concluding prayers. We appeal to Bhagwan that, O Lord, we live in a world of turmoil, trials and tribulations that challenges our intellect, our faith and our hope. We pray that Bhagwan Ram, you will continue to exist in our lives as we welcome you each Navratri. We pray that you shall stay with us not only on the day of Navratri, but every moment of our lives, giving us that manka shakti, that strength of the mind to endure and to overcome. I ask you to listen to the voice of Indira Sharma as she will lead us in closing prayer.
त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुः च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या रविः त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा ॐ जयन्ती मङ्गला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री स्वाहा स्वदा नमोस्तुते स्वाहा स्वदा नमोस्तुते ॐ द्यौ शान्ति रक्तरिक्षवं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्ति रापा शान्ति ऋषदेय शान्ति
शीश झुकाकर धरती पर प्रणाम। गुरुर ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो गुरुर साक्षात् परम ब्रह्मा
तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
असतोमा
सद्गमय
तमसोमा
ज्योतिर्गमय
मृत्युर्मा
अमृतं गमय।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु
मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्।
बोले श्यावती रामचंद्र भगवान की, उमापति महादेव की, लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की, सरस्वती मात की, गणपति भगवान की, राधा और कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, पवन सुत हनुमान की, विश्वकर्मा भगवान की, सूर्यादि नवग्रहों की, जलाराम बापा की, धर्म की, अधर्म का, प्राणियों में विश्व का, भारत माता की, धरती माता की, अम्बे माता की।
ओम नमः पार्वती पतये हर हर महादेव हर हर महादेव। सच्चे सनातन धर्म की जय।
सभी प्रसाद के लिए यहाँ आ जाएंगे, पूज्य गुरु जी से बारी बारी सब प्रसाद लें और सबके लिए भोजन की व्यवस्था है। वी प्रिपेयर प्रसाद फूड फॉर एवरीवन, सो प्लीज टेक पार्ट देयर एंड प्लीज एवरी कम इन द लाइन एंड टेक अ प्रसाद। थैंक यू।
जगदीश्वरी दया करो मां। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो मां। जगदीश्वरी दया करो मां। जगदीश्वरी दया करो मां। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो मां। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो मां। शिव शंकरी कृपा करो मां। करी कृपा करो माँ